A white woman sued a library in San Diego. Now, keep this in mind. Library is public property funded by the government or the local tax dollars that you pay. So a white woman sued a library in San Diego because they canceled her play. And the reason they canceled her play is because the woman wanted to play a black civil rights historic figure, Harriet Tubman. Now, she wanted to play Harriet Tubman. That's the playwright she casted herself in. They canceled her play. She put all this blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Yeah.
She sued them, and she actually won. So she received a $60,000 settlement and the green light to host her play as Harriet Tubman at their facility. And she got all this free publicity and marketing from it.
2022?
So it settled in 2022, and they did that play in probably like 2023 once all the legal trouble settled. But this started in 2019. Before the pandemic, before all the Black Lives Matter, before everything. This white woman just wanted to do it. So now she won off of the First Amendment. Freedom of speech. You got the right
freedom of expression.
Freedom of expression. So what are your thoughts on that? Because, we were just having this conversation, and I'm like, although I hate the context of it, I can understand it from a legal perspective on why. And it was public funds. Like it's at a library. So if it was at a private property, then that's
completely different.
I would be more so on the private business on the side, because it's like, well, I get to pick and choose.
I get to pick and choose who I want in my facility, and that's just period. That's the I guess that's the benefit of private property.
And that's probably why she did it
at the library.
At the library.
Oh no, she's not stupid.
She playing chess.
No,
she playing chess.
I think this is like white people wanting to say the N-word.
Yep.
It's like, okay, yeah, you can, but why do you want to? And that's my thing. I remember when and this is gonna sound weird, but it's gonna make sense. I remember when Angel Reese was getting attacked by all of these different publications, like sports journalists, and like all these huge publications are attacking Angel Reese, and she's just playing basketball. Also, she's not even in the WNBA yet.
Yeah.
She was a college ball player, and they have First Amendment rights, and they have all of these different things. But it's just very interesting that when she actually started to break down and cry, nobody cared.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Although I disagreed with the commentators and how people were, chastising her and criticizing her, I think as a sports fan, I have the right to look at the Lions and Jared Goff and say, "You fucking idiot! What are you doing? You stupid! They need to trade you. You stupid! You can't play." And then the next play, when he threw a touchdown, I'm like, "Yes, we're the best." So I think, to be fair, Angel Reese, you're famous. You're a multi-millionaire, and the reason you are famous is because other people hate you, right? That's the reason you are getting a multi-million-dollar Reebok deal. That's the reason you are on Sports Illustrated. That's the reason you are doing that.
So this big bad wolf character that they have Angel Reese playing, and that was my next point, is this like angry black woman, and she is just playing basketball.
But she kind of played into the villain. She even said it. She like, well, if I gotta be the villain, like, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, she's gonna continue to be herself. That's my thing. Like, she wasn't here. We gotta also acknowledge, like, she was still playing college ball. She was still a student. Now
she's still a millionaire though. She's still a millionaire and she's famous.
But the idea that it's okay to villainize her for just playing ball. Basketball is aggressive. I stopped playing basketball because it started turning into football. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah, basketball is it's a contact sport.
No, it's a contact sport, but also the type of aggression, the type of grit that you need to be a skilled basketball player.
Especially if she played down low, so elbows getting thrown.
Oh my God. Yeah. You have to be a dog. You absolutely have to. If not, you're not going to succeed in this sport. So obviously, she is playing with that heart. She's playing with that determination. She is playing with everything that she has, and she's being vilified for it because she's unapologetic about it.
But I guess the conversation and kind of the wheeling it back to the First Amendment and all of this is nobody's like people dog everybody. Everybody get dogged out. That's a celebrity. Everybody. There's not one celebrity that everybody genuinely likes. I don't
No,
think about one. Think about any celebrity like Obama. It's people that hate Obama.
But what
every celebrity gets dogged out. So
yeah, people hate Obama. People hate Bush. People hate presidents.
People hate everybody. Like I'm trying to think about one person who's like generally is like accepted by everybody. I can't really think of
the Pope, maybe.
I mean, people hate the Pope. They be molesting kids and all this type of crazy stuff that came out. Hell no, that's the worst person. People don't like the Pope.
I'm like the recent Pope. I don't know.
Well, he's from Chicago. Ain't no telling what he is. People don't like the Catholic. I mean, not Catholic, but church leaders.
Yeah.
People don't like these religious leaders at all.
I don't
hate the Pope, but I'm saying it's people who generally hate Catholic.
No, Catholicism
Christian,
as an institution.
It's people who hate T.D. Jakes.
Well, yes, like Catholicism as an institution, yes. But I think that the idea that you're right, people are not going to come and agree on one person.
It's people who hate Rosa Parks.
But it's the
You know, it's like a whole controversy about Rosa Parks being light-skinned and dark-skinned. You know the story.
I think, yes, because also Rosa Parks wasn't the first person to sit down. Other people were doing it.
What's the other girl name? Oh, man. The other girl name who actually sat down and all this, but she was a pregnant teen, so they didn't want her, and they put Rosa Parks.
It was. You know, it was also chess. Civil rights was also chess.
Yeah.
The idea that they was in Montgomery to begin with was because the governor was actually. They knew that they could like have a peaceful protest, and they knew violence would still ensue because that particular governor did not care.
Yeah.
So also even the location was like strategic. But my point is, it causes harm for us to play into certain stereotypes, because then when Caitlin Clark gets aggressive and everybody comes out and supports her.
No, I ain't gonna say that. People hate Caitlin Clark too.
I'm not saying that they didn't hate her, but I'm saying that it was a very stark, like this Victorian basketball player versus like this villainized one. And there were a lot of people who were like, oh, Caitlin Clark got shoved on the court. Like, let's all cry about her.
Yeah. I mean,
Caitlin
she definitely had the she was the PR princess.
Anybody did anything on the court to Caitlin Clark, it was a big deal. So the point with a white person playing Harriet Tubman is it perpetuates harm. Like, mammy is a real stereotype.
Yeah,
like the idea that Black people have been depicted as mammy or as hypersexual. All of those things justified mistreating Black people. It justified lynchings. It justified domestic work. Even Aunt Jemima on it. I mean, it even got into our capitalist society and our like consumerism that you put this Aunt Jemima on a box. So the idea that you then as a white person want to participate in what a lot of your ancestors have done to the detriment of Black people.
But what if she was a
quote
unquote?
Why do you want to do that?
What if she, I don't like this word, but what if she was a quote unquote ally that just wanted to, get the message out, and she just happened to.
If you were an ally, then you would put a Black person in to play the lead role as Harriet Tubman. You wanted to self-aggrandize.
I mean,
you put on this fabulous play.
Yeah.
Yes, you put on this fabulous play, and you was going to be the star.
Okay, here's my problem with it is we all know what she was doing. We know we know, but at some point,
it's delusion.
At some point, we have to say, if Drewski can do blackface,
we can't say that.
Then a white comedian. No, if Drewski can do whiteface, then a white comedian can do blackface.
You're saying it as if Drewski is the cause. Drewski is the effect. The only reason Drewski is doing whiteface is because of the centuries of blackface.
Yeah. I get that. I'm saying as a form of expression, if he can do that, or if we can get up there as a comedian and joke about white people. Like we can do that.
That's
I feel
awesome.
like white comedians should be able to get up and joke about black people.
But
like we got jokes about having white friends, and then they can have jokes about having black friends or Mexican friends or this. Like Cat Williams, one of my favorite jokes of him is he was talking about having Mexican friends and how like they party too hard, and like that's a real thing. I went to a Latino Spanish night club.
Oh yeah.
And like I
love Mexicans.
I was in there 59 minutes. And me and my black friends were the only people not dancing. Everybody else was dancing the whole night. Everybody had on messed up shoes. Like I didn't understand. Like I'm in there with Prada's on, so I'm not trying to dance.
Not trying to do too much.
I'm in there looking nice, trying to. Everybody in there is having a time of their life.
They getting
and
down.
when they stopped, the music stopped. Everybody just walked out, and it was just like systematic. Like they knew what was going on. But in the black clubs, you know. Everybody sitting around, people ordering bottles. They got sections. Ain't nobody dancing. So, like, you know that stereotype of if you going into a black club, you in a section, everybody looking at everybody. Everybody got on jewelry.
There's going to be some type of Hennessy infused something, some lemon pepper infused something.
But you go to the white clubs or you go to the Latino clubs, it's a different atmosphere. So, I just feel like we understand that our cultures are all different. And I think if black people want to be treated equally, which we know is never going to happen because the power structure and all the history. But if we want to even appear to be equal in the eyes of society, we all know we're equals as human beings. But I'm talking about the power structure and all of that. We can't say you can't talk about my hair being nappy, quote unquote, and I can talk about you smelling like a wet dog. Both of those jokes should be on the table.
The idea, though, is that reverse racism isn't a thing. Reverse colorism isn't a thing. Reverse oppression is not a thing either.
You don't think black people can be racist? I think they can.
No, because we don't have the power to be racist. We can be prejudiced.
We can be racist.
We can say like we can't, because racism is when you say I'm not going to hire you for this job because you're black. I'm going to tell you it's because you're from California. I'm going to tell you it's because whatever. But I'm not going to hire you because you're black, or I'm not going to put you in the front because you're black. Like black people don't have the systemic power to be racist.
I mean, they do. It's just they do racist things. It just doesn't affect the other races because of the power structure. So they can do the same thing. Like I cannot hire you because you're a white man, but because you're a white man, you can go get 100 other jobs. So it doesn't affect you as much as me not being hired because I'm black and I can't go to that many black-owned places,
right? Because
my people don't have that many jobs.
I was gonna say, and then you're speaking.
So the racism from 1 to 1 is equal. It's the result of the racism that's not equal.
But at the same time, we don't have the black businesses like you said. So you're speaking from, you own a business. You're actually in a hiring position.
Right.
But you are like one of very few people who can do that. And even if you were to do that, that's still not being racist. Because if you're saying I'm not going to hire a white man, I'm going to hire a black man because of this society and all this stuff, and because you have that's still not racist. It's not because of the color of your skin per se. It's because how you are situated in society. It's because you have options. That is still not racist. You're not necessarily saying because of the color of their skin. You're saying because you do have options.
So do you think women can't be sexist? Because hold on, let me give you a great example. So hairstylists, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the famous hairstylists are gay men.
Okay. And
they're gay men because women are sexist towards women. I've been told this by a lot. This is not my talking point. This is women who work in that industry have told me this. A lot of think about the arrogant Tays and a lot of these dudes, the reason that they get better positioning to be famous and to have these celebrity clients and all of that is because they're gay men, not because they are good at it's other women just as good as them.
I understand what you're saying,
but it's because they're a gay man. That gives them a leg up because women still value men more than they value
that's
women.
What I was about to say.
So they're being
that's
sexist.
Not sexism as much as can black people be anti-black?
Yes.
And black people can be anti-black because they are drinking the Kool-Aid. They believe in like white supremacy and all the narratives
They can be racist,
that
though.
support
They
white
cannot hire you because you are black.
Exactly.
Black people.
That yes, black people cannot hire you because you're black. They believe in the stereotypes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When we see like black women supporting black men in the hair industry and stuff like that, that's because they're male. So that's patriarchy.
Well, not even black men. It's just men in general. It could be white. It's a lot of white gay hairstylists that are like famous that black women use. Makeup artists. All of that.
That's not sexism against women. That's just them believing in patriarchy. The same way black people can believe.
But patriarchy is sexism. Sexism, though. Because the whole point of patriarchy is that the man is the dominant person, which is sexism against women.
Right.
So that kind of proves my point. Is patriarchy is a good way of saying sexism.
Well, it's not just sexism, right? It's also like the pecking order of race, class, gender. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess when
X, Y, and Z.
when I think of patriarchy, I'm thinking in terms of man versus woman.
Oh no,
whether white or black or whatever.
It encapsulates patriarchy. It encapsulates gender. It encapsulates sexual orientation. It encapsulates race. Like all of that is like the hegemony of patriarchy. It has a certain pecking order of like who is above who.
No, I get that, but I guess are you going to sit here and say that there are not situations where women are sexist towards women and saying, I don't want to work with you because you are a woman?
Not because you're a woman per se. It's because that yes, but it's not because you're a woman and women are less than and da-da-da. It's because I believe that men will do a better job. I believe that men are the superior people to you know what I'm trying to say? It's not as much I hate women as much as it is I'm pro man. I am pro man.
Okay, but that's the same thing with racism though, because if I apply for a job and the other white boy applies for the job and we got the same credentials and a company hires him over me, people would say that's racist because if I go up against 100 white men and 99 times I get dismissed and I don't get the job, people would say, well, that's racist. Y'all got the same credentials. Y'all both went to college. Y'all both are smart. Y'all both are this or that. Their explanation is he's a culture fit. Are they wrong? No, they're not wrong. He is a culture fit for what they deem as culture, but what they deem as culture is racist. So that is racist.
That's what I was about. But you're you're trying to make it even. It's not even. Like if you're trying to get a job at a white institution, right?
Yeah.
And they're saying he fits our culture, but see, your culture is in line with patriarchy. Which is inherently racist, which is inherently sexist, which is inherently
I guess then why
homophobic.
can't women? I guess what I'm saying is, why can't women be sexist if women believe in the patriarchy then? Because patriarchy is racist and sexist. So women are sexist. Y'all are.
I'm done.
They are. Women
done.
are sexist, just like men are. It's just like certain things. Like I don't want to get a massage by a man. Like if I go,
that's not sexism.
That's
just your comfort.
But what if even if the woman ain't that good, I still don't want a man doing it. And that's because it's just like I'm sexist in that area.
Okay.
I don't want
I think
a
what
man.
you gotta understand is you see how you got so many explanations for that. When we're talking about sexism, when we're talking about racism, it is simply because you're black. It is simply because you're a woman.
It's not
it is
that
simply
simple
because
anymore,
you're
though.
this or that.
It's not that simple
you're
anymore.
poor, whatever the case may be. But it is not because it
used to be because you're black. Now it's 99 other things that come from the oppression of being black that you just so happen to be subjected to because you are black.
That's what I'm saying. But even when you are qualified, even
like the CEO of Red Lobster.
I love him.
He got everything. He qualified in every single aspect. Went to the best Ivy League. He went to Brown University. Went to Harvard. Was a star on the football team. Athlete. Smart as a whip. Went to the best schools.
Yeah.
And he's the CEO of a $1 billion brand.
Yeah.
And he's killing it. He's doing his thing. So being black wasn't enough to stop him to get to where he's at.
Yeah.
But he also had 100 other things going in his. He had 100 other privileges, like the schools he went to, the parents he had, and all of that.
The shoulders that he stood on.
That led to, and the only thing that could have stopped him was being black, and that wasn't enough to stop him. So I don't think like being black or being a woman is not enough to stop you. It used to be. Mm-hmm. Now today is not. They stop you in 100 different ways by saying, "Yeah, you black. Okay, we're gonna rock with you." But you don't got the etiquette. You don't wear a quarter zip, right?
You need a quarter zip.
You ain't wearing a quarter zip.
You on your shiesty.
You don't speak eloquently enough. And why you don't speak eloquently enough?
Yeah.
Because you grew up in the hood.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't write well enough. Why you don't write well enough? Because you went to public schools in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Oh, your ACT score isn't good enough. Why? Because I went to public schools in Detroit. Oh, you don't dress you just don't have the manners. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of other things that go into
I was gonna say the problem is, yes, they want to say that like black isn't enough to stop you.
It's not.
And the problem with that is it puts you in a situation where you have to be a super person in order to succeed. And like that's fine that you got to be this, this juggernaut in society, but it is unfair when you look at other people and they don't have to give the same effort. They don't have to give the same energy. They don't have to do as many interviews. So I think that is where the scales do not align. It puts you in a position where if you are black and you want to succeed, you have to be the fucking best at everything you do. And you have to be you have to work so hard just to get what your counterparts get, but you're looking at, you just peek over. You're not even being nosy. You just peek over and they're over there, sipping lemonade and don't have the, da-da-da. They got networks, they got this, they got that. And it's like, wow, like, I agree with that. In order for me to succeed, I have to literally be like superhuman.
You gotta be twice as good.
You have to be superhuman. But not everybody is going to be able to do that. And we know not everybody's going to be able to do that.
And that's because of the systematic oppression. And that's because of the other things that are put in place other than you being a woman or you being black. It's like, okay, you being a woman and you being black. Michelle Obama is a woman and black, but she had all the other things. She was super smart. She went to Princeton. She went to Harvard.
You just have to be determined. You have to be super duper. So why do you want to be Harriet Tubman, knowing the plight of black women and what we have to do? How about this? You could never be Harriet Tubman. Not then and not now. You would never be able to escape to freedom with everybody with you and then come back. You would never be able to do that. All you can do is fantasize about black women's struggle in labor. No.
I think
no, absolutely not. And you think it's some type of fantasy. I'm going to make a play and then I'm going to be the star. You are not an ally. You are in a delusional world. You understand that black women are superheroes, but you want to be a part of it in a way that you do not deserve in any aspect.
That's true. All of that is true. I just think.
But legally, you can.
I just think. In 2025, I think if a white comedian wants to do blackface, he or she should face the repercussions of doing that, which might not be a lot, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. If Drewski wants to play a white man, like he do on the skits, I think he should have the creative expression to do that. And he's going to face the backlash or whatever he's going to get. But it's also funny. So I just think creatively, at some point creatively, because this lady is doing a play. She's an actor, right? So at some point, where are we going to draw the line? Like, she can't do nothing.
She's going to say the N-word, and then she's going to get beat up, and it's going to be like, oh, well, I got freedom of speech. I think white people... It's a racial slur, and I think you can have expressial slurs. I just made that up, but I think that's also a slap in the face because y'all continue to want to do blackface. Drewski and Dave Chappelle and any other comedian who has ever done whiteface.
What's the other white chicks?
Yeah, any other comedian who has ever done whiteface is no comparison to the thousands and thousands of times that y'all have done blackface, and more importantly, the impact of blackface is not going to be the impact of whiteface. The impact of blackface put Aunt Jemima on a box, and it made domestic work and hiring black women just normal as a part of society.
Yeah.
The minstrel shows made lynching black men normal and part of society. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to participate in something that gave black people so much harm? Why? Like, that is my question. Why? Why do you want to say the N-word? Why do you want to be in blackface? Why do you want? If black people do that, that is a response to all of the years of trauma.
Last question. Okay. Let me ask you this, and we can go to the next topic. If a rapper makes a song and he says the N-word, and a young kid,
right?
Let's say they 12 or 13.
Yeah.
In high school, and they rap the song and they say the N-word, young white kid. Should that young white kid lose his scholarship?
His scholarship
to football? Like that literally happened. Like a young white kid was saying, he said the N-word and he lost his full-ride scholarship.
So he was like
football.
17, not 13.
He starts rapping and doing all that when he was 13. It was from a clip when he was 13, and when he was 17, it came out.
Okay.
So he
didn't
apologized.
apologize, and he still lost his scholarship.
Yeah, he still lost his scholarship.
Okay. Well, good for him. You know better.
No. I mean, I get it.
You know better. Like,
this your topic, though. You know, I know you wanna.
Let's move on.